from like 3, and then at 1 I'll start talking or whatever. But don't yeah, just don't worry about it. Hello everyone, JP Ward here. Uh there's a story and a little bit of a blip on my resume that I get asked about once in a while. Usually when this picture shows up somewhere that's in this video of me holding a briefcase full of glass smoking pipes and my friend holding a wad of cash and what looks like me selling weed pipes at a tailgate or a festival. And that's exactly what it is. um, I guess the best way to put it is that I was done with professional wrestling in the winter of 2003, and I think it was pretty much done with me too. There wasn't really much else to do because I had performed all over New England, had done the public access thing, um, even had done like regional TV. And if it wasn't going to get any better than, tours of New England for, a basket of chicken wings every night and, get paid in a basket of chicken wings, I didn't really have the time to do that. I was 21 years old and there was other things I wanted to do eventually. And one of those things was to go down to New York City and start my training in improv and sketch comedy with Upright Citizens Brigade. And out of the blue, after my last match, about 2 weeks later, my friend from work, who would later become my roommate, asked me if I wanted to move to Vermont, learn how to blow glass, and then move to New York City and be like king shit glass blowers in Manhattan and make made to order smoking pipes at a head shop in Times Square for the people. And I, I mean, at 21 years old and a pretty big stoner, um, I didn't ask any questions. I just said, hell yeah, when do we leave? And within a couple of weeks, we were in a U-Haul going up to Vermont, upstate Vermont near Burlington, and somewhere between Middlebury and Burlington. And we just began our apprenticeship as glassblowers, as pipe makers, smoking pipe makers. And we picked up on it pretty quick. We lived on a lake, so we'd work for 9 or 10 hours a day and go home and, have a cookout and just fish on the lake and watch TV, smoke good pot, and everything was going really good. And that lasted for like a couple months. And I had kind of said goodbye to Connecticut. And I was proud of that because I had always wanted to. And a couple of my friends came up from Connecticut just to hang out. And they were downers, because they were townies from Connecticut. And they really kind of killed my vibe and my mood and kind of brought their towny, Connecticut bullshit with them. And it kind of threw my game off, I guess. And then about a month later, was it Labor Day? Labor Day. And somebody from down south from, Hartford said, hey, Dave Matthews in town. Why don't you guys come down and sell your glass pipes at the Dave Matthews concert? And I had the guy on speakerphone, and me and my roommate looked at each other, and we were like, yeah, we're doing that. So we ran to the shop and got a bunch of pipes, all sorts of, ones that couldn't be sold or, just pipes that were just laying around the shop, and put them in a briefcase. And we made the 4-hour trek down to Hartford just in time for the tailgate to start. And this is the result, this picture that you see here. A couple $1,000s in cash, all the pot we could smoke. beer, novelties, all sorts of stuff. And it was cool. That money was very instrumental in providing me with the funds to buy a editing suite about a year later to digitize all of my work in wrestling and comedy and make sketch comedy for the years to come and put it on ifilm.com, which is the precursor to YouTube, and then eventually YouTube and MySpace and Facebook and everything. And the problem was the guys that we had worked for were older. They were in their 30s and 40s. And me and my roommate were in our early 20s, and we had outshined them. We had one-upped them. We had made them look bad in their minds. Whether or not that's true, I don't think it's true, but they felt that way. And next thing you know, me and my roommate are in psychosis, and we're out in the woods scaring the hell out of each other. And we come to, and we're like, what the hell just happened? And, so whether or not somebody spiked the punch, we don't know. It kind of looks that way. But either way, we got the hell out of Dodge one night at 3 a.m. and never went back. And we were on speakerphone with one of the guys up there, or somebody up from up there. And they said we owed them a bunch of money for making them look bad and for our time spent up there. And it's like, you guys never paid us. we spent a year up there. I think you paid us $100 in cash one time. You never paid us. I mean, you provided our food and a place to sleep and stuff, but it's like, we worked like 13-hour days for you, man. You never paid us anything. We were apprenticing. You're supposed to, if you want to split hairs, do the math. 60% of, minimum wage, 13-hour days, 6 days a week for 8 months. Subtract what we owe you from that and give us the rest. But it was a good time while it lasted. But I guess don't outshine the master. It's just some stupid little blurb in my time as a youth, and it was a waste of time. But it did lead to me performing at Upright Citizens Brigade and training there for level 1, 2, and 3 improv, and going on and being a sketch comedian. And for that, I'm very grateful. That was a good thing that came out of it. Got some good friends out of it, and some decent memories. And that's the story of this picture. And hopefully nobody will ask me about it ever again. It was kind of like the bane of my existence for years. But yeah, I don't know. Freaking junkies, man. All right, you can cut it from there because I'm not